Hello, welcome to the Dead Unicorn. My name's Corey. We are playing Vallanthia. It is Open D6 Fantasy, and it's run by my great and wonderful friend Howard. How you doing, Howard?
I'm all good.
We are also joined by Tarek, who is not on a camera. We'll tell you what's going on with Tarek in a little bit. We're going to come back to that. Matt. Okay, and Sarah. And we would also like to thank our patrons who are scrolling up in the corner. You can join our Patreon at patreon.com/deadunicorn. And if you do, you get to vote on your favorite character who gets a spicy little bonus every game. And this week's winner is Tom. Tom is the winner.
Again? Whoa.
Again. Yep.
Okay.
That's this week's poll.
There's
February
a Tom
15th.
fan base out there. That's what's
There
awesome.
is.
Yeah, people love the
Well,
Tom.
Thank you, guys.
Or
Really
it could be a Matt
appreciate
fan
it.
base.
Everybody got a vote. Everybody got a vote. Just so you know. I know y'all aren't watching the stream or anything. You can't see the actual vote on the screen, but that's
Wait,
the
are you
deal.
putting the actual votes up just to make other people feel bad when they don't get votes? That's mean.
I put up the poll so everybody out there can see what's going on. I want to make sure that everybody understands what they can do and where they can find the poll and how it looks and all that stuff. So I can do one or two things here. I can send it on over to you, Howard, for the game, or we could go to Tarek, because I know he wants to talk about why he has no camera and his sound is a little off today. I think we should do that first. Tarek, what's going on with you?
You say he wanted to do that? Go ahead, Tarek. Tell us all your details. We need all of your life story.
Yep.
Leave nothing
Well,
out.
I mean, I don't have to tell everything. Texas is under a crazy bad storm, winter storm. The government of Texas and the energy infrastructure of Texas is absolutely ridiculous, and do not know how to effectively manage their way out of a paper bag. So millions and millions of people across Texas are suffering right now and really hurting. Anything you can do to stay informed, stay aware, and help out, even if that's just like calling your representatives and making sure that they are pushing for assistance and accountability for all the shit that's going on.
Make sure what happens in Texas doesn't happen to you.
Yeah, make sure it stays in Texas and not for long.
Now you know.
More than half the players live in Texas, so you know.
Burst pipes and all.
Yeah, flooded homes, destroyed
Yeah.
equipment, and all.
Yeah.
I used to be a Texas.
So that's what happened to Tarek. Most of his equipment was damaged after his pipes broke and his house flooded while he was away. So he is running on some substandard equipment, but he's still here, and I'm so happy he is, and I'm happy that he's okay.
Yeah, thank everybody. Thank you guys for your support, and yeah, hopefully we can get through this. I'm just glad to be still here.
All right, Howard, let's get the game started. Let's go. We are a half an hour late.
All right,
Because of technical difficulties.
That is not my fault.
Yes. Well,
It's
we've
fine.
all had tough technical difficulties. My apologies.
All right. Honestly, I was drawing the dungeon right now for y'all to throw y'all into since I thought I had time. But
Do I want to put up the
we
map
can
already?
start the game.
Is it time for the map?
Yeah, you can put the map up. Oh, let me see what page y'all are on and put you on the page that you need to be on. Because I can do stuff like that, apparently. Y'all should be in Vallanthia, the Vallanthian. Right, so you're here. You have a new map? Does it
Yep.
work?
Yep.
Mhm.
Are y'all bellied up to a bar? Do you see yourselves?
Yes, I guess that's a bar. Sure.
I did my
No.
absolute best with the drawing.
That's
yeah, I
fine.
see. Yeah.
And I remember last game I kind of ousted the keeper, the barkeep with his I can't believe it's not Vallanthia wine.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
I'm not sure what you think you ousted. He told you it was a blend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a blend of
Okay,
crap.
so I ousted the mix. What the
It's-
mix is?
It's the house blend.
You did not hurt his feelings at all.
He seemed a little surprised and taken aback, though. It's
Well,
like,
most people can't tell. Most people are already drunk. It was the Vallanthia wine that y'all were trying, not the ale, but it's a similar deal. Ale and wine, because he has his own not brand. If you haven't caught on, he stands there, he cuts an amazing figure, he's very beautiful looking, his blonde hair flowing in the wind, and he goes, I can't believe it's not Vallanthia ale. If he doesn't sound familiar to y'all, then you don't remember the 90s very well.
So he looks like Fabio, basically.
He's Fabio, yes. Bjorn
yeah,
is Fabio.
I was thinking that too.
Every
I
time
was hoping you got it.
every
was
time
really
he gets
like,
excited, he flexes and his shirt like bursts off. And then he
not that any of us are old enough to remember the 90s, of course. No idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, all of us are young, very young children. We're
This is
cool
all glued
teenagers.
on.
90s? What's that?
I just
Is that
put
the
this beard
time when
on so I can buy
Pokemon was
ale.
born?
I know, your beard is dyed gray, right?
Yeah,
Totally
so I look
Yeah.
more distinguished. That was on purpose. I'm not old.
No, of course not.
So our gang has fought 2 necromancers so far in the capital city of Vallanthia. They're working with the Azure Order, a religious police force dedicated to hunting monsters and magi that deal in demonic sorcery. Their ally, the gruff Valthier Thornheart, has offered them a mission to infiltrate an asylum to get information from an inmate known to dabble in infernal rune magic. Before moving forward with this, our gang decided to take a few hours to themselves. Tom used the time to meet a fellow Mycean and to get tips on how to better integrate into human society. His answer included clothing and some scrolls to help him learn to read. Esri met an obnoxious gnome and a mysterious and bejeweled lady antique dealer. With an obvious interest in Esri's shadow magic and maybe Esri herself, the merchant traded information on a crime-based religion and how to infiltrate their meeting place known as the Shadow Temple. White Ape and Urda went to the Temple of the Stone Sculptors. White Ape met his teachers and learned a trick to moving the walls within the temple without upsetting the architecture there. Urda agreed to work in the infirmary to compensate for his room and board while staying with White Ape. Then the gang gathered at the Vallanthia Inn. They enjoyed an impromptu wine tasting together when Valthier Thornheart joined them and asked, "Are y'all done fooling around and ready to begin your mission?" And that's where we stand. Y'all see Valthier there with you, and how do you respond?
Let's see. Tom will, just kind of straighten up and just look in his direction. Yes.
Keely, is this one of those moments where we get to determine whether or not we want to continue with the main quest now or continue going on side quests?
Yeah. Like,
Technically, yes, but really, this isn't like a preset video game. At any point, if you are like, "Wow, this sucks," guys, let's stop doing this and do something fun. I won't get upset. I will be a little surprised because y'all seem kind of excited about the asylum idea.
we just take the arrow.
Oh no,
we point
it is
down,
amazingly good. I was just making a facetious joke.
We take the arrow, we point it down to No. He says, "Well, come back when you're ready." And we go out, we do 9 side quests. We come back. He's still sitting there waiting for us.
He was just displaying his gruff attitude.
No, we click no and then put a bucket on his head, proceed to rob him blind, and then take the bucket off of his head, and then say, "Yes, we'll go on the mission." If video game logic is in play, then we gotta go full force.
Good old Morrowind.
You're more than welcome to attempt this
totally. It may not work well.
I'm just saying you're welcome to try. Run a very open world. I will run with what you do, and you will see what happens.
Ooh, that sounds dangerous.
That sounds like a threat.
It does. You'll see what happens. Mess around and find out.
Imagine if there was a tabletop game that did run on computer logic or like a poor programming logic.
There are, those exist. Okay, back to this game.
Oblivion, but no.
Back to this game.
Tabletop.
I will nod at the Azure Knight.
All right. Well, here's what I have for you. In fact, why don't we take a place in a corner or something where there isn't so many people?
Okay. I can't I can't do anything with my icon. I'm gonna have to put a
The
new
ones
icon
that
out.
say TNS,
I'll delete
TNS,
y'all,
are those
and
like
you can put your own characters down.
So, I guess we're going to this table over here.
That's a good one. He'll join you. He sits right where you're trying to sit. To be a dick. No.
He sits in my lap. I'll be on this side.
he just doesn't acknowledge that you're there?
Esri needs a new icon that she can
Yeah, I'm
manipulate.
working on it.
Oh, I'll get you one if you need it.
It's really
just wanna
easy.
be-
You just
Oh,
click on
y'all
your
do
name.
it?
I got
Oh,
it.
you got it.
Okay.
Well, then now there's two of you.
No.
One's just a shadow duplicate. No,
I guess.
you could probably do that.
That's actually not a bad idea. I've been watching a lot of Supernatural, and I like that move Loki does / Gabriel.
Just always have a second one of you that's walking around and doing stuff at the same time you're doing stuff. And that way, if anytime there's an assassin, they'll never know. They'll always it's always a 50-50 chance, right?
Yeah, and basically he would always send his double in, so they kept thinking they killed him, and they never quite managed to because they were always killing his shadow person.
It's
so to
always a
speak.
Doom bot. It's never Doom.
Not like anyone can tell the difference. My character's black, so everywhere.
Have y'all heard I think I'm a clone now with Yankovic?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all are all gathered. It's slightly more private. Actually, he's going to walk over to this guy, and he's going to make an intimidation check to get him to change seats because he's that kind of a guy. I heard it. Let's see. Oh, well, that worked out well. This guy is just like gone. He's like, nope, don't need after that. I'm going to get another drink.
And enjoy my continued life.
It'd be hilarious if he did fail his role. It's like, where did all these ones come from?
All right.
Yeah.
Nobody
Get
said
outta here.
anything. For future reference, when I do stuff like that, if you'd like to overhear it, let me know.
Ah, okay.
So that everyone knows you could have. Too late now, but you could have known what he said.
Good to know.
Okay.
All right. He looks y'all over and says, all right, so here's what I've managed to arrange. And he reaches in and he pulls out some scrolls. He goes, first, I have a couple of transfer orders. I can get these submitted tonight. I do need to fill in the details, so I need to know which of you are supposed to be inmates. You be transferred from a real prison. We're not going to bother taking you to the prison first. No need for all that. We can cover to make it look that way. But you need to be aware that your story is you were in prison, determined to be crazy, and they judge decided to send you here. You decide which two you want to do that. I've got one opening to do the laundry. So, the laundry is usually done by women prisoners from the prison that are allowed. It's a work thing, and they can get out of the prison for a little while to go to other places to do work. So you'll be coming from a lady prison. Only one of you fits that bill, but I don't know what kind of magic y'all got. And then the last, I got a guard position open. Well, I can arrange for a rearrangement to put a guard in.
Do we still want to go with our previous plan, guys?
If one of you wants to sneak
open to
in,
being the prisoner.
that's fine with me. These are the documents I can get to get you in. If you have your own way, do it your own way.
Well, we were thinking that I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember character's name.
Urda.
Urda.
Urda, that's right. We were thinking that Urda would go in as a patient and I would go in as the guard to protect him.
I can arrange it for you to be a lady guard. That's fine.
Does anyone else want to go in?
So Tom turns to Esri. What could I do?
We already decided that you were
No.
going to be a contractor that was going to help renovate the the place, and that was going to be the assistant contractor, or you were going to be this. One of us was going to be the manager, and the other one was going to be the person who builds. And I think you were the builder, and I was the talker, I guess, the manager.
Salesperson.
But I don't know if they knew.
I
know,
can
I
submit
feel
that
like-
contract order in the morning. That won't be a problem either.
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay. Problem
And
solved.
then
All right,
Urda
so we'll
was
go
an
with our
inmate.
original plan then.
Urda was an inmate, and Esri is a guard that would make sure that nothing happens to Urda,
Right.
and make sure that Urda gets a cell next to our target. What was our target's name again? Looking for that information on my character sheet.
I don't remember if you actually got it. But
I
if you
don't
did,
think
great.
we did.
No, I got a bunch of Earth Grandmasters here, but no
Okay.
inmate. So who's our inmate target?
Or we
we
pull
should
up the
get the
meta plot. The meta plot knows all. And that is why I named it. That's why I named that file.
Mm-mm.
Ah, here it is. His name is Airdrek. Ayrdrek. Thus, it took me a second to decide how to pronounce that. I'm going to go with Airdrek.
All right,
Airdrek is he's known to have used runic sorcery at one point. He'll be manacled with enough metal. My understanding is mages can't cast nothing. So that you know, whoever goes in as an inmate is going to be manacled. Everyone is manacled, even regular prisoners.
Hmm.
Are you okay with that, Urda?
I don't think that should be a problem.
Okay, we have a plan. That is our plan.
They will search you, by the way, walking in as contractors.
I don't have any. Do I have a weapon?
I don't know what you have. I just thought you should know you'll get searched. I don't want you getting mad at me later saying, why didn't you tell me?
I
I'd
mean,
be
you do have
searched?"
an earth fist.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
but that
I have a really
Doesn't
nice.
come off.
Can you make that thing look normal? Put a glove and a shirt on with a sleeve?
What, this?
Yeah, that.
Oh, I guess I can put a glove on.
And a
No
shirt
one-
with a sleeve. Can I
No
cover it up?
one ever seems to notice until I point it out. But yeah, I can do that.
Anyone with a high acumen is aware that people stare at him all the time.
He just apparently doesn't notice that.
I don't know. Every time I say I can do earth magic, everybody's like, "Prove it!" And then I just hold up my hand, and everybody's like, "Oh, wait! I never noticed that before."
That's happened. with two
Something
people.
seems
Two
different
people. That's
about
happened
you.
twice.
Yeah, I'll put on a glove.
Their fault for making eye contact instead of arm contact. All right. He looks you all over. Says, if you have any weapons and you're planning to sneak them in, you better hide them really well. I'm not going to tell you how to do this. Just know that if you get caught trying to sneak things in, you could end up in a bad way.
Quick question to the GM. When my character makes her shadow weapons, can anyone else use those or just her?
Let me look at the way the power is written. I don't think anyone else can, but I'll double check.
Figure it's worth asking.
It is because you just be passing
I'm
out
sure-
weapons.
I'm sure we
I
could.
could be, theoretically.
I'm
If I
sure
just
we can-
created them.
I'm sure we can touch her shadow weapons, because if we can't touch them, then they won't be able to hurt us.
Yeah, makes sense. They have to be solid.
Okay, no, you can't because there is a power bonus that you don't have. If you'd like to work on it and develop it later, you can. It's called usable by others, basically.
Okay. Good to know.
So right now you don't have it, so they can't grab your stuff and throw it.
So like if I tried to give it away, it would just dissolve.
Pretty much, it would just turn into a shadow.
We need to
Gotcha.
work on.
Okay.
We need to work on power moves. Do you know what a power move is?
Like the fastball special with Colossus and Wolverine?
Yeah. It's where you take one power and another person's power, and you use them in tandem to create an even more awesome power.
That does sound cool.
Like, for example, if you need shadows, like I can take a boulder and like hover it above us, and then we're totally in shadow, and then everybody gets like attacked by the shadow, something like that. I know we should.
Tendrils of shadow
workshop
just
that.
rip everyone apart while they're underneath the boulder.
Yeah.
And then when they're done, he drops the boulder.
Oh, shit.
I do better
Just in case
dark
they were
places
still moving.
than bright ones, that's for sure.
I don't know, we'll workshop something.
Yeah.
I dig it. All right.
It's a thought.
So the entrance to the what's it called? Hang on. I have it. It's Lights something. Lights Hope Asylum. Aha, that's it.
Lights Hope Asylum.
The entrance to Lights Hope is beneath the large temple. You've already been there a few times. We met there. Well, most recently we met there before this. So go there. When you get there, let's see, you're going to show up as contractors in the morning. I can do the prisoner transfers. I can do the prisoner transfers tonight unless you have a reason to wait. And then the guard shift change will be at 8.
All right.
So it's up to you. Do you want to do the prisoner transfer tonight or tomorrow? I think that was, and he looks at Urda, you, right?
Yes.
Urda. Is he still there?
He's muted.
Shit, I'm muted. God damn. Yeah, sorry. I've been coughing and like sniffling and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to make sure everybody's not subjected to that noise.
That's thoughtful.
So yeah, I am completely open. Yes, I am the one who is going to be partaking as a prisoner in this endeavor. Perhaps it should be best if I go soon to create more believability.
It'll look better if everyone's not going at the same time.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe I should be in place before he is, though, to make sure he's safe.
All right.
I think
Well,
I should
you won't
be
be there
fine.
till 8, so I could, if we're going to do that, maybe I'll bring him in 10 or 11.
You good with that, Urda?
That sounds fair to me.
All right. And then you contractors, how long do you think you can bluff working there?
I look at Tom like,
Hold on, let me quickly look because I know I have like a certain quirk where I am constantly criticizing the workmanship of everything I see.
That's
That
more of
I-
a flaw, but you do have it.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, this whole place needs to be rebuilt. Stat. It's all bad. Tear it all down.
look at these bars.
People
An
call
elf
it
Just make-
construction.
We'll
Any
remake
elf,
the whole place out of mushrooms.
any elf with antlers could just file these bars down and escape.
Oddly specific.
Especially that sparkly pink one.
Yeah. Tom's going to be like, we need to remake the whole place out of mushroom. It's all going to go.
This wood stuff is rotting too fast.
Probably
It's
wouldn't
been
be
here for 300 years. Much too fast.
Like,
probably would be
exactly.
something he'd agree with. You know, wood is weird.
Mhm.
So he's waiting for you to answer there, Tom.
Okay. So I can try for a day.
A day?
Possible.
You
Or
work
2.
fast.
I need to see what needs to be worked on. If there are repairs to be made, I can do it. Just need to know human tools. Because and he takes out like one of his Mycéan pods, and like he works his magic on it to like make it into a rudimentary like tool to kind of show an example of like what the Mycéans use in their in their homes.
Is there anything you can use
I
to
have
make
no idea what I'm looking at here. I don't mean the Mycéan. I mean whatever he's showing me.
It's like I'm assuming that it's like a blunt object that he would use normally as a hammer.
And this guy's not a craftsman to begin with.
He has no idea what you're talking
So
about.
it's just like, you think that'll work? Well, just know that if you're wrong and you get caught, that's on you.
Mycéan structures are good.
Good. Good to hear.
Mm-hmm. Sturdy. Perhaps the building will be more sturdy.
Yeah, maybe.
Sorry, I'm looking at Corey's message. Rudimentary lathe.
We're not necessarily actually looking to
Going Galaxy Quest over here.
We are not actually. We are not actually looking to renovate this place. Oh.
No, not really. But whatever. I don't.
The aim. Yep. I don't think the aim is to be as meticulously perfectionist as that.
Tom, any work
we could get away with something.
Any work you say will take a day, maybe make 2 days. We're not trying to, be
or 30
efficient.
days.
Oh, staying long time.
Right. You're supposed to see how long you can drag it out, so your friends can get their work done.
Or you're not trying to be efficient.
Like
you're trying to look busy.
He can't help himself.
Yes, like a typical contractor.
He's got to be.
Argument there.
He can't help himself. He takes pride in his work and wants to do it as efficiently and nice and good as possible.
Now out of character, I thought this was going to be like a short thing, but if we need to be there as long as possible, then I would definitely stretch it out. I was thinking. So would the information process take a day or so, or would it take a lot longer?
They are going to try and meet someone and convince him to hear friends and talk to him and get him to reveal secrets he hasn't revealed under threat of death.
Yep.
I don't know how long it takes, but it might be more than an hour.
Okay.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know how good Urda is, but
I mean, totally out of character. Yeah. I'm not saying
not
this out
very
loud.
Good. I'm not a good talker.
I'm not saying this out loud.
That is not my strong suit.
I'm not saying this out loud, but Corey totally suspects that we'll probably have to break him out of there in order to gain his trust.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm down for running that. Don't tell that's about your Thornheart.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't like telling him anything.
As the game master, I love it.
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea that we will not share
until he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Tom will respond. I will do as much as I can for long repairs. Then, months. Perhaps.
I hope
that's
we're not
fine, whatever it takes. I just want to know if you think you can make them convince people that you're doing that for real and not just messing with them. All right. That's just me looking out. I honestly am not trying to give you a problem, and that's unusual for me.
Structural integrity guaranteed. He puts 3 thumbs up.
All right. Okay. Is there anything y'all want to get done before this happens? Because once you're inside, for at least some of you, it'll be really hard to get out. So I don't want you to be like, "Oh, you rushed me. I didn't get a chance to blah blah."
I still think one thing I still need to do with Tom is to make him at least look the part of being a craftsman
Um,
on the
actu-
surface.
Actually, one thing I want to bring up.
Mhm.
If I'm going to be on shifts, I'm not going to be there all the time to watch his back. So maybe I should be there at alternating times from them.
All right, I can put you in on the late shift if they're going to be there during the day. Contractors don't work overnight unless there's some sort of an emergency.
Yeah, that works for me. I'm good in the dark.
Sorry.
Mike, you're promoted in the dark. Don't be a.
I said I was sorry. To be fair, I'm sure I'm not the only one that thought it, right? I mean, come on.
Only when I heard you
Snicker.
snort, I'm like, oh, he thought of that.
Okay, fine. I'm the only bad person here. Seems unlikely, but whatever.
We're talking about how good my hands are in the dark. Is that what I heard?
There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm very skilled. A lot of practice.
Your bunkmate wakes up. What the hell happened to me?
Don't you worry about it. Maybe you should have a little bit.
Where are my kidneys?
Wake up in the dark in a bathtub full of ice.
It's always the
I
kidneys.
told you I had great hands.
You have gills now. Maybe don't need lungs.
Yeah.
Go back.
Yeah,
I want
we
to
didn't
be
be doing that to you. Dude, Twinkle's gone, but she would have done that to you guys. So that you know.
She would have.
You're actually probably better off.
If it's a character play,
I knew there was a reason why she was trying to cozy up to Tom. She wanted to see if he had kidneys.
So she can
This is a
harvest
character
them.
being played
By
by
the
my
way,
brother.
since she's not here, I can go ahead and say it. Vallanthia Thornheart, after y'all bamboozled him after the first game, or the second game technically, he had to go and redo his whole investigation. He pretty much figured out everything y'all did. He also is trying to figure out if y'all had anything to do with the harvesting of organs from the zombies. That was Twinkle.
Twinkle did that?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Which is
boy.
why he still doesn't trust you completely, but the Archbishop way outranks him and said to work with you. So he's like, well,
Yeah,
you know
that's
what?
my brother's
I'm gonna
character.
send them into an
Twinkle.
asylum.
Yeah,
That we
sounds like my
may
brother.
get back out
Sounds
of.
like my brother.
Yes, there was organ harvesting. Just thought you should know.
They
out of
must have
character.
been feeding their pet mushroom here. Huh.
If
Freaking
you ever
Twinkle.
think Valthier's a bad guy who's not giving you a fair chance, he has reason to believe you harvested organs from zombies.
That's fair.
Gives him a lot of right, a lot of latitude.
So it's not the DM being mean to you. It's the DM
No.
playing the hand I got dealt.
You would never.
We would never, but Twinkle.
I actually do try not to. I try to separate my out of character frustration, my in character DM frustration. I won't punish the players for something that I am out of character annoyed with. Much.
At least not yet.
So he
Ooh,
agrees
ouch.
to make you come in, or rather, that'd be Esri is going to be the guard. So he's going to give you the evening shift. You'll be coming in around. You'll be coming in actually at 3 in the afternoon and working until what is that? 3 to 11.
So I will warn everyone while we're here.
Yeah, it's fine.
I have not the swiftest or sharpest of tongues, but I do have quite a bit of knowledge that could help serve me in more intimate conversations with our friend Air Drek. Would any of you happen to have any advice as to
I don't think any of us are very good at.
things that might calm this man?
If Twinkle was here, she could give you a sedative.
That is true. Doesn't she live in the city?
I guess.
So
Yeah.
you want to stop
There was
by,
a
swing by
house
her
we were
place and
told
try to get
specifically to
something?
go to.
Perhaps you could request something from her.
Well, when you're in the
I might
asylum, they're
not be
probably
able
going to
to.
drug you anyway, right?
Perhaps
Just tell them you
me,
have
but
anxiety.
Hey, Howard.
why would I get?
I have a.
Shouldn't he?
You know what? I'll put it in the comments. I'll whisper it to you. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I know little to nothing of this man or his culture. Perhaps having some more information on who he is could help. That way I am more prepared for
Are you asking Balthier?
where his... Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to make sure you were talking to me. Yeah, well, I can tell you what we know of him. He's, I was part of the group that caught him. We found him. He was in the middle of it was a ruined church, or beneath a ruined church, more accurately. The church was supposed to be those, I don't know, are you familiar with the Apostlehood of Flame?
I am.
All right. So it was supposed to be investigating what we suspected to be the Apostlehood of Flame. But when we got there, it turned out to be a cover that they actually were inducting people into was demon worship. And it was a big fiery demon. We fought it, we killed it, but we also found a secret entrance to something beneath the place. And it was a cavern that was filled with all kinds of torn up bodies, markings, blood on the walls. There's a lot of ripped up people. And there's this one guy down there painting things on the wall with the blood. At first, he wouldn't respond to us. He kept trying to paint. And we saw the paint start to glow, and that's when, we shot him in the hand. I shot him in the hand. And that stopped him from painting. The rune did something, and one of my men vanished. He was close to it at the time. I really can't tell you much about what that was. He speaks gibberish most of the time, but when he's sleeping, we have heard him using real words. We know he can talk, but he refuses to talk to us. That's what I can tell you about him.
When you say gibberish, could it be that it is a different language?
If it is, it's not one I know. You have actually, I think y'all are aware that he speaks Elysium. I think that came up
Yeah,
before.
we were told. I think we figured that out last game.
Note in
Yeah,
Elysium.
As for his name, we got him to say that once while he was drugged. We got him to identify himself. He was talking about growing up. It sounded like he grew up in a small town, and it was back during the war. And I think if we're not sure if we got the name of the town right, but if we did, his town was destroyed in the war. Just a lot of small villages were burned. But that's about all I can tell you. And we're not sure we got the name of that place right. But we think his name is Airdrek, and we think he's a runic sorcerer. But if you want to get information about demon magic, he probably has it. Of course, I expect you to tell me anything you learn. That's about it.
Indeed. There is some information that I may be able to provide you with. In regards to such subjects from my magical learnings, but what I know would be far outweighed by what this man has in knowledge.
All right. Well, do you need anything else from me before we get started on this?
I don't think so. At least not myself.
Good.
Everyone else? No one else?
Human tools, Tom responds. He's trying to make it apparent that he's looking to try to use or Vallanthia tools, essentially
You
the
said
tools
human
that.
tools. You don't need to explain everything about what you're thinking to me, because that makes it meta for me to then answer unless I actually understand you.
Okay, essentially, I'm saying in third person, or disconnected from my character, that Tom wants to say that he's looking for Vallanthia tools.
Then why don't you tell us?
To essentially make both him
He's
and
not
White
going to
Ape
stop
look,
telling us, is what he's saying.
look like.
Why don't?
Right.
Oh, are you saying?
So you want me to go in character and
That's
say,
exactly what we
Absolutely.
want.
Everybody should go in character.
all right.
Human tools, you say?
Mm-hmm. And look
I assume
like
you mean-
carpenter
Right.
or craftsman.
I can get you a toolbox, just carpentry kit. Is that all you want?
Mm-hmm. For me and White Ape.
I don't know that there's a lot of wooden structures down there. You know anything about stone masonry, do
Mostly
you?
stone, I would imagine.
I'll bring Rudel, and he's very good at pulling stone.
I can work with stone too. Considering that my Saiyans
White
can't
Ape.
live in live in cave systems.
Tom, you don't need any Vallanthia tools. Like, I'll need some to show that I know what I'm doing. But I can just turn to you and say, he is the tool. Because that's what you are, right?
Tom kind of looks at his pods, nods.
Exactly. We'll explain that, and it'll be fine.
Okay.
Hey, we see Tarek. Oh, that's crazy.
Yay!
He's not under the
You got things
blanket.
to work. No, not at all. No.
You would like
Is
your
the audio
bag of
better?
blankets.
Yeah, the audio is way better in here. Yeah.
Very good.
So yes, I'll need us some tools, but I don't think Tom will need tools, and I'll bring Rudel, and he'll be good for moving stone around. Stone, wood, whatever large pieces of equipment need to be. If something needs to be pulled down, he's our guy.
Mm-hmm. Tom nods with approval.
Whatever you feel you can pull off, not my thing. If y'all need anything else from me, I'm going to get a drink and go back to work.
Sounds great.
And he
Thank you.
will order a drink and leave, because there's no, you can't walk around holding a beer in the middle of the street rules.
I say,
that's not a thing.
when he leaves, I say, yeah, we might have to break this guy out to gain his trust, but let's hopefully that'll be like our last ditch effort. I don't want to be there more than.
I'm hoping that I can use my knowledge of different forms of magic to gain some kind of confidence with the man. Perhaps knowing the language that he knows might also help. We'll see. But I'm worried of how exactly they are going to imprison me. Are they going to just send some guards to arrest me in the night? Should I be prepared?
Oh, that was a question for the night. I have no idea.
That is a good point.
Maybe you should run after him.
I'm sure it will be fine. No, I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's like
Cut to 20 minutes later, and I'm just getting dragged out.
it's like those like really weird Christian parents who hire people to kidnap their kids and take them to like Christian camp or whatever.
Oh God.
It is a
like for
real
conversion
thing.
therapy or something?
Yeah, it is a real thing, and it is like they kidnap their kid. They literally hire people to kidnap their kids out of their bedroom. They get traumatized.
Yeah, that
This
sounds like
happens
good
in the United
parenting.
States.
Absolutely.
Crazy.
Oh, their religions convince them that their kids have, the devil in them, telling them to do crazy things like have same-sex sex.
God, it reminds me of this one
Yeah.
YouTuber that I listened to where he talked about like disowning his family, and like one of the things that they had him do was like be a part of a youth group where, in order to be accepted by the Holy Spirit, you have to speak in tongues, and he logically could not comprehend that, and he just couldn't get over that barrier. So I'm just like, God damn, these people are nuts.
That sounds horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And back to the religious fanatics in this fantasy setting.
I was going to say that there are 2 bards currently performing, troubadours, currently performing on the main stage. Other than the music, there's nothing too exciting going on. There's a general mix of people just around. But as you've been seeing, there are a couple more people have walked in, and the place is going to start filling up soon, is the feel that you get.
Okay. Didn't you say my shift was supposed to be 3 to 11 though?
Yeah, actually, I rethought that in my head, but I didn't want to interrupt your role play. If the first shift starts at 8, then it's probably 8 to 4, and therefore you would be 4 to midnight.
Okay, so if it's dinner time, shouldn't I be at my shift?
No, you figured you'd be going tomorrow, since the crafts people are going to get there during the day. Your shift is going to start tomorrow night. But he was asked, Urda, did you want to go tonight or tomorrow? And I think you said tomorrow. So he's going to take you in around 11?
I actually said tonight. I said the sooner that you put me in, I'm sure it would be the more convincing. But if I left it up to him to decide when he wanted to.
Well, that was
I think
when
that we had multiple people talking. So I heard somebody saying it would take you in tomorrow, but I can take you in tonight. That's fine.
No, you know what it was? He said that, and then I said, shouldn't I get there first to be in place to protect you?
Oh, yeah.
That's why you said tomorrow.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Okay. I'm not crazy.
No.
Yeah.
Urda might be, but I'm not.
See, this is why I need to be in the asylum.
Ah! Stop the steal, Benghazi! Q was right!
Put me in.
If you only yell about real world politics, you'll sound super crazy. They don't even know who these people are.
Yeah.
That's true.
They're putting chemicals in the water that are turning the freaking frogs gay.
You gotta add a little more gusto with that phrase.
Turn
the freaking frogs gay.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not in my own house, so I have to keep quiet.
Oh, that's right. For those of you just tuning in, Tarek lives in Texas, and his house got flooded, and a lot of his equipment got destroyed.
Yeah, it was not fun times.
So that's why he's in a different place, and he sounds different, and he looks different. So
He had a very bad week.
he did.
This was, a lot of people in Texas did.
A lot of people in Texas did. Yeah. Pick better politicians and make sure it doesn't happen to you.
Yeah. Learn from this, everybody.
Or your grandkids, if you really do care about them. Think of the chillins.
For the children.
And the adult children. Who like
Okay.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Should we go ahead and fast forward to the morning and get the show on the road?
I have some things I need to do. I have some things I need to do.
Okay.
So first off, I want to make sure that Rudel has a harness that we can use to pull stuff.
Okay. So
I need a
I guess you didn't actually have a wagon or anything before, so I don't see any reason why you would have already had that. But you know that there's plenty of places around town to buy something
yeah.
to that effect.
I'll need
Let me
that.
just look up a price for you.
I'll need that.
Tom will follow along to help with it.
I'll
He's
need a-
he's got some income that can help for this job.
I'll need a really long glove.
Okay.
I just want a glove that goes like up to here, like one of those.
You want a big old glove.
Big old glove.
Okay.
Are you trying to stick your hand in a cow's behind?
Oh, I was picturing like a rubber glove that he was going to snap on.
I think I'm more worried that Matt's first thought is, man, if I had a glove, you know what I'd do?
I was in agriculture class, you dunce.
Oh, hey, I was in FFA. My first thought wasn't to stick my hand up there.
He was like, you know,
I'm trying to insert humor and it keeps on biting back at me. Man. You get an acid bath and you get an acid bath while I jump into a volcano.
If you're looking for humor, man, you got to lean into it. If he's like the first thought you have is to put your hand up a cow, you can say, "Well, yeah, of course. What? You're the crazy one."
Beef puppet.
Are you not
these
wanting-
two have been playing off each other for what, 30 years?
I just want to
40
say,
years?
if you're not ass blasting your cows, are you really taking care of them the way that they need to be taken care of?
I don't speak cow, so I'm not sure. Although, the interesting side note, the minotaurs in this world can talk to cows as a free ability.
Tarek's
That's
right.
interesting.
I'm not saying they have interesting conversations with them.
I don't want to know what they
Guys.
are interested in doing with them because that sounds like it could get disturbing.
Y'all are out.
Do not, if just so you know, then you don't want to read the D6 fantasy entry on the Minotaur if you really don't want to know.
For the
But
children,
suffice
guys.
to say
for
that
the
the parentage of the Minotaur can be very confusing, as well as their mating habits.
for the children.
Is this supposed to be a family-friendly show? Because I don't know.
As
It's in
long
the
as we-
book, I didn't even write that book.
It's important to know this stuff because we're
What's our
investors.
rating, Corey?
I don't. I have us listed that we're not for kids, but that doesn't mean we're not for advertisers.
Technically, everything I've said so far has been PG at most.
I know. It's like
Yeah.
just stick to innuendo, and we'll be fine. And Matt, you know you like the innuendos of cows. I know.
All in your
Hey,
window.
at least I don't
cow.
fornicate with chickens.
He spells it in
Yes.
your in cow. Just so you
Yeah.
know.
Corey the chicken plucker.
All right, Corey. The gloves are going to cost you 16 silver, unless you'd like to have a whole role play scene about buying gloves, and you might be able to haggle.
Nah, 16 silver.
And I'm looking through here, and I'm trying to find stuff about tack or anything. The harness, tack and harness used to be a section in like old D&D books, but I'm not
Yeah.
seeing it here. Seriously, they must sell it. So,
It's actually in the 5th edition too.
is it still called tack and harness? I didn't know.
I think it's called saddle and bit and bridle.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, you know what? Saddle's got to be in here somewhere. I'm going to Control F, SADDLE. There are no saddles available. Ha!
Cart.
Try looking under goat saddle maybe.
Yeah, because there's no saddle, but there is goat saddle. Yeah, no, that makes no sense. I love you though, but you make no sense, man.
There's
I'm actually
Minotaur
pretty
saddle.
surprised
What?
in Adventure Gear, there's nothing for that. But I'm gonna say that what are you looking for? Like a proper hookup for a wagon, or what exactly are you looking for before I set the price?
I was just looking for like some rope to tie stuff
okay.
to and then maybe like a slab, like what are they called? A litter that could just be dragged.
All right, I can see that. All right, so the silk rope or heavy rope, 15 meters. They do it in meters. The hemp is 4 silver, or the silk is 15 gold. However, it weighs far less if you're adventuring and you care about those things. But if your goat's doing it, I'm betting you're going to go hemp
Yeah,
for the 4
large
silver, because that price difference is
gloves.
huge.
Actually, long gloves. And what did you say is the how much is the rope?
All right, so 15 meters of rope is 4 silver for hemp, or
Okay.
15 gold for silk.
Wow. I'm going with the cheapo.
Yeah, it's actually far more realistic than the prices in the D&D book, considering the time and how they'd have to make silk rope.
I guess. I don't know.
But at the same time, whew,
I
that's
mean,
a lot of money.
I don't know
Silk
what's
comes from worms, so
realistic
yeah.
for the. I don't know economies back then.
Well, they don't have machines helping them, and they don't have giant silk farms. Well, I guess there could be somewhere, but it's still going to be imported if there is.
I mean, it's.
All right, and
Did
then
you say it's? Did
the
you
litter? Let's see.
did you say it's 5 gold for silk rope?
15.
15.
15 gold. So that's 30 times the price of hemp rope.
More than that, because it's only
Yeah.
4 silver.
More than that.
hemp rope?
Yeah. Realistic, maybe. Sure.
I think that is kind of realistic.
I don't know. I'm just putting it in perspective.
And then to get the litter, like a really basic one, you can pick up for 26 silver.
26 silver?
Yeah, it's pretty basic. I mean, it's about the same as getting like a kid's wooden sled.
I don't have that much.
Well, your friend said he was coming along to help pay for things.
Yeah.
How much? Oh yeah.
Tom,
26?
I can't afford this litter.
Oh, I have 1
Tom!
gold, so
Tom! Matt?
Yeah.
I'll let you borrow my 1 gold if you want. I have 1 gold.
Did you go shopping with them?
Yes.
No.
I go shopping with him to help him out.
I don't have enough gold for litter.
So Tom, like, nonchalantly, like, gives him a few gold pieces to help him out with whatever cost he needs.
All right. That's a few. That's 2 gold pieces. Boom. I can do 6 silver.
26.
Well, yeah, 2 gold pieces is 20.
Right. Oh, okay. Just making sure you were clear.
Okay. Let me deduct that.
Okay. All done.
Okay. Anything else y'all need to do?
That's fair.
Could you next time, Tarek, write that in the Roll20 chat? Because I don't put that on.
Oh yeah. Okay, I will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should write that. That was funny.
No one sees the Zoom chat. Okay. That's it. That's all I needed. I'm good. I need to go back to the temple. And I'll see you in the morning, Tom.
Okay. Have a good night, White Ape.
Okay.
So for the rest of the evening, Tom is going to spend time, like, reading over the scrolls that he just got, and he'll, rest up afterwards.
I will at the temple. I have to make a stable for Rudel.
I apologize for anyone watching. I need to get a piece of tape or something, because every time I touch my desk, my camera just starts to go away.
I need to build a stable for Rudel at the temple, so I'll need to make
Right.
some rolls, right?
Basically, yeah. That's how you do it.
Okay. So first, I need to sense.
Right. Use the trimmer sense, which is basically an acumen roll for you. You can later, if you'd like, not in the middle of game, but you can spend character points to buy skill, and you can just write down the trimmer sense, because think of it as it's literally a 6th sense. How you can describe it as hearing or feeling vibration, but it's a sixth sense, basically seeing through stone and earth.
Right. So I'll do that first. Well, that's a 5. That's enough to know things, the basic stuff.
So you're like, all right, directly on the other side of this area is nothing, but over here there's a something. So you can start building with that, yes.
Okay, stone shape. I mean, I'm going to spend as much time as I need to make this thing.
Yeah. All right. Let me pull up your character real quick. Do the thing that the people at home
Did we
can't
do just a
and
take
just look at
20
your
kind of
sheet.
thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to make sure that he can. If he doesn't have enough in it, I might have him make the rolls. If there's a good chance that he's going to end up bringing stuff down and ticking people off, we're going to role play that. It's going to be great.
I have a stone shape of 3.
As long as you do it slowly, I think you'll be able to make your way through.
Okay.
As long as you don't try and like build, like you're with that 5 on your acumen roll, you're like, it's only you're not really reaching very far with your sense. So you have to go slow, or then look again, then maybe if you get a better roll. So we'll just say that you spend a couple hours in there doing that.
Okay.
Based solely off the bad acumen roll you started with.
And then I'll get some sleep for the morning after I spend a couple hours in the evening making a stable for Rudel at the temple.
All right. So that you're aware, you are like we said, you are in charge of anyone staying in your place at the temple, which means no one's feeding Rudel. So don't get thrown in the asylum, or he's going to be sitting in his little box for a while.
Well, he's coming with me. He's the labor.
Oh, that's right. You're taking it with.
By the way, how much
But
is food for Rudel?
Still, if you get caught,
I'll need
then
to put
get
some.
put in the-
I'll need to put some stuff in the stable for him to eat.
All right. If you don't have feed, then yeah, you probably need to buy some. We'll look that up real quick for you, because food is a thing that animals just want. They're so annoying.
How dare they want to eat
Like daily.
all the time?
Come on. They don't need that much food. They're just.
Well, his goat is the size of a horse, and it eats like a goat, which is a bad combo.
Well, it also means that it will probably just eat anything. So if you don't have food there for it, it'll just find some tin cans.
Rocks.
I imagine him like, yeah. Have y'all ever seen the Hobbit movies? In the third movie, the Battle of the Five Armies, the dwarves come up riding these war goats, giant rams. That's
a thing from World of Warcraft too. World of Warcraft has lots of that. Goat riding dwarves. All right, so because they don't have anything on how to feed your animal, I'm going to use one from another not video game, another game I used to play, where it was 5 times what the cost of feeding a person, and a day's ration is 8 copper, so that is 40 copper or 4 silver a day.
4 silver a day. This is going to be fucking expensive. Pardon my language.
You're the one who has a mount.
Well, I had to pay for that mount using points and shit.
Still has to eat.
Yeah, I pay some points for that. All right.
Unfortunately, the goat.
Would
can't
you
eat
like to
points.
spend a character point to feed it? You luckily come across an empty bag of hay, and or a full bag of hay that nobody's looking at, and you're just like, whoop, and you've lost a character point.
Or is that just for a day's worth of food?
One day.
1 day? No, that's not worth it at all. I'd rather just buy it for 4 copper.
4 silver, but yes.
4 silver. Oh, jeez. Yeah, okay. I'll buy
It's
some
8 copper
frickin-
or 4 silver. It's 8 copper to feed you, and 40 copper or 4 silver to feed the goat.
Right, okay. Well, I can buy 2 days worth of foods.
I can get. Well, never mind. I'm not there.
All right, I need money fast.
Well, if you catch Ryland the Weasel, he's worth money to Archbishop Cordry because he's the necromancer that he said he would pay you to catch.
Oh,
Or-
yeah. That's the weasel. That's why I need the weasel. He's Ryland the Weasel. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. All right, that's it. Then I can get some sleep and do the thing in the morning. Even though I want to be with my master during the night, I cannot because I'll need sleep. Oh.
Yeah, sleep's still a thing in every game. Unless you have a special power to not sleep.
I don't know. Elves have to sleep in this game, right?
They do.
Okay.
You can actually just look at your special abilities. If you see one that says I don't sleep, you're good to go. But I don't think that's there.
Nope. I have ultra vision.
You do. You can spot Ultron wherever he's hiding.
I know it sounds like a superpower from from DC's Legion of Superheroes. I'll use my ultra vision.
I think their attempt when they wrote D6 Fantasy was to take the powers and make them a little bit more generic rather than having infravision and night vision. They're just like ultravision, whatever. You see in the dark, I don't care. And dark vision is what they're calling it in D&D, and that works just as well and doesn't sound as silly.
Okay. Now we can fast forward time unless anybody else is doing anything.
Aside from reading my scrolls to understand Vallanthian, nothing else I can think of.
All right. You read your scrolls. All right. Time passes. Are y'all sleeping in the murdered squirrel? Trying again.
Yes, with the spot that I prepared for myself earlier.
Okay. You have a semi-relaxing night, the murdered squirrel. I mean, it's not like the best furniture or whatever, but you have your cool mushroom forest thing going. Which actually, in the morning, the owner's wife's going to have a chat with you about that because they can't rent that room out to anyone else as long as that's growing there.
I mean, I thought we could stay there indefinitely while we're in Vallanthia.
Well, Vallanthia is in the continent. You're in the Sea of Vallanth, and you are welcome. They didn't offer it indefinitely. They just like, we'll give you a place stay if you can solve this problem. They didn't mean you now live here. You have a permanent room. That's an amazing deal, even for a crappy tavern. They're still being pretty nice to you. It was a recent deal, but no.
I can pay for like a month's rent then if they need something like that.
Well then, cool. I can look that up real quick, and then we can move on.
You had a ton of fucking money, man. Mushroom money.
The advantage of it is that my Saiyans trade with dwarves, and like as a not craftsman. As a craftsman, I also have the wealth advantage, so I have income coming every month.
Oh, room at a bad inn, according to this, is 1 copper. So yeah, you could probably afford it. Very cheap. It's 1 copper a night. So however many nights you want to pay in advance, one copper a night. A silver is 10 nights. A gold is 100 nights.
Right now, let's go with the silver. I still have some silver left from my previous trades.
All right, you're good for a week and a half. You can leave your weird mushroom forest up for the next week and a half, and no one's going to complain.
All right, made the change.
All right, anything else anybody is doing before we start throwing you into the asylum bodily?
Yeah, I'm not getting thrown anywhere. I'm just going to work.
You got yourself a new job.
I
I mean,
do. What kind of weapons do I get? I mean, not that I really need them, but what's the
As a
procedural
guard,
stuff?
you can offer to bring your own weaponry, or they can supply you. Balthier will say that he has a tabard that you're expected to wear. You would be, since you're supposedly transferring from the regular prison, you're considered a Vallanthian guard, so you don't have to wear the Azure Order or the Crimson Order. You're wearing the symbol of Vallanthia.
Okay. Do I have like a uniform I have to wear?
No, but do you want a suit of armor? He can get you a chain suit.
Will my magic work okay with that?
Nope.
Then no. I will stick with what I've got.
Okay. Then he can give you a big tavern that makes it very obvious that you are a guard. Okay. And the beyond that, he'll ask if you need any other equipment. He can offer you basically some basic weapons like sword, axe, shield, and spear, that type of thing. And of course, the chain suit, which it looks like you're probably going to decline all of it.
Right.
Well,
I'm just going to ask him what I'd be expected to have if I'm transferring it. If they're okay with me having my own weapons, then I guess it doesn't matter.
Honestly, if I walk you in and say who you are, it's going to be fine. Actually, I might have somebody else do it since you're not with my order, but I'll get someone that can walk you in. And then once you're registered, you're registered.
Got it.
Okay. Also, I don't remember what I said the name of the place was earlier, but I'm setting it up and it says Lights Peace Asylum. Is that
that's what you said?
Okay.
Yeah.
I was worried that I said Lights Hope, which is the name of a church in World of Warcraft. That's not right. So, okay, Lights Peace. Let's go ahead. I'm going to move the player thingy, whatever it's called, to the asylum. The only person that should be entering, the first person to enter, it looks like it's going to be our contractors. I'm going to ping where you enter. And what I'm going to do is I'm just not going to put the NPCs on the board until you're in the room where you'd see them. All right. Tom's in. Right to the left of Tom on the map is the big door. That's supposed to be the big door that you enter in.
Okay.
All right. When you enter, there is a stained glass window above the door, which explains the discoloration. On the floor is actually just beams of multicolored lights. It's like it would be pretty, except you're walking into this very dark, very gothic place that it feels unsettling. And even as you enter, you can hear like in echoes in the distance of people crying or yelling. And there was a guard on the outside. There's no guard directly on the inside as you enter. The guard on the outside will come in with you, though, because he has to unlock the next gate. So let me pull him up. As soon as I find me a guard. Here's a guard. All right. Ignore the blue. He's actually wearing a tabard that says that he works for. Actually, no, this is beneath the chapel. Yeah, it would be either blue or red, so blue's fine. All right, so he walks in with you, and he's going to escort you to the next room down here. He undoes this gate. Oh, I need to lock this.
You're on the wrong layer. Oh, is your background not on the map layer?
Yeah, let's see. Yep, that's what happened.
Just right-click that and put it on the map layer.
I right-clicked it. I don't know how to change layers. I thought I would just have to undo it.
The drop-down menu. You're making big black lines. Is what you're doing.
Yeah, I see those. Hang on.
Get on the select tool. Right-click.
Hey, I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Thank you. I know you're helping, but I got this. I need to get this to go away. Now I'll change.
You could have just right-clicked on it, going down to layer, and selected map, and it would.
I got it. I don't want to learn the whole system right now. I just want to get it done as fast as possible.
That was the fastest way. I just.
Be quiet. I'm sure it is.
We are really butting heads today, man. I gotta say.
Shush. I'm sure it is. I believe you. I just, I don't know the system like you do. So, but by the time you described it to me, I would have already been done doing it this way, because I don't know what I'm doing with the system. I know how to run a game. I'm not as good with the Roll20 system. Sorry. All right. So you're there. Let me get out my guard again. You all see it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. There's the guard. Okay. There is. He comes down here. He unlocks this gate. If you can see it.
Yep.
All right. And he takes you to here, at which point you will see another guy behind that desk. Well, not in the wall. All right. So the walls here are stone, as was pretty much you were told it was going to be. The floor is stone, the ceiling is stone. This place was dug out. It doesn't look dug out. It actually, and because it's you that's down there, the craftsman and the earth sculptor, both of you for different reasons are going to realize this is not naturally dug out. This place was probably made by the Earth Temple. Most likely the stone sculptors came in and did a deal with the city and just made this place by request, because it would have taken either one stone sculptor an incredibly long time or an army of them a very short time. So he will introduce y'all, saying that he has been told that you have been given orders to do some remodeling, and he hands them some paperwork. And this fellow here has no reason not to take it. I don't need to do any rolls because that was all NPC work. And then he's going to ask you. Actually, he'll tell this guy to show you around, and he's going to leave. So he's gone.
All right. I thought he was going to say he's going to ask you to step aside because you're in his way.
I mean, those things are 2 meters across.
Mm-hmm.
They're not that wide. He can move through a friendly square.
Okay.
Unless you reach for him, and then it'll be an issue.
No.
All right, so you're supposed to do remodeling, is what this says. It's kind of vague. What needs to be remodeled exactly? Where am I taking you to?
Well, it's kind of vague.
It's vague. It says 2 contractors authorized by. He lists off a bunch of names to begin the remodeling of Light's Peace Asylum. And then it's signed by Vallanthia Thornhart.
Ah, yeah. So first off, we gotta make what do you call an assessment?
Uh-huh.
So
where am I taking you to?
So tell the man what kind of assessment we're making first before we're doing the remodeling.
Structural integrity and extra cell rooms.
Oh, we adding cells? That's probably for the best. Got a lot of crazy people here. It looks like there's more crazies topside. I'd like to see some more people locked up. All right.
Also,
I guess we'll start with the cells then.
That sounds great.
All right. He leads you. Just scroll down, and you'll see that he's going to open this gate here and take you through these really thin hallways. They are thin, like it is not a 2 meter wide hallway. Which, if you think about it, 2 meter wide it's a pretty big hall. So this isn't unreasonably small. It's just not lined up well with the grid. You'll see that there are people in these cells. As you'll notice, he kind of turns a little sideways when he goes by the cells. If you have an acumen of at least 2, I will say that you see him do that. It strikes you odd enough to take note of it as he continues down.
What does an acumen of 4 tell me?
Well, with a 2, you noticed it happen. With a 4, he looks. I'm going to say he looks a little bit anxious as he moves between the cells, and but as he goes through, nothing happens.
Okay, so like probably with the first rooms, as I pass by the cell doors, I have my head turned a little bit so that way I could see like both into one room and my back eye into another room, just to kind of quickly assess like the contents of those cell doors if they're just barred.
Okay. You can make a perception check, but you have to do it at -1 die. You don't actually have an ability associated with that back eye yet because you didn't pay the points.
Oh, okay. All right. So -1 die for acumen, right?
Right.
Okay. All right, recorrected. All right. So what does a 12 net me?
Okay. With the 12, you see that in this cell, there is a woman who is just sitting on it looks like a wooden framed cot with it looks like hay kind of bundled up on it to make a bed. And she's just sitting there, not really doing anything, just kind of like staring off into space, looking bored. She doesn't really react as you pass by, like she knows her cell is open. She's used to people walking by, and she has no privacy. She's just used to it. However, in this cell, you see this fat, like ridiculously fat dwarf. You think it's a dwarf, and he's hunched forward, and he's looking at y'all as you pass, and you get this feeling just from him that he looks like he wants to lunge, like he's timing it to see if he can get you.
Well,
And
Tom just kind of takes note of like both occupants and make sure to like give that specific door like a wider berth, and kind of understands why the guard was apprehensive about it, and will continue forward.
Since you've now seen what's in there, and you are fairly perceptive, I'll add that you notice you think he purposely presented his back to this guy because he didn't want to expose anything vital.
All right.
All right. He
Continue
looks
on
less apprehensive passing by this section. This cell is empty. This cell, however, you see a hang on. All right, you see another woman. This woman is she is like her whole cell is marked on, and you see her like cutting into the wall. And he takes a moment, looks at her, and goes, "It's contraband, you know. You know that's contraband. I'm gonna have to take it from you if you don't toss it here." And she looks mad. She goes, "Fine." And she slides just looks like a rock that she's probably sharpened just from constantly cutting into the wall. The whole wall has all kinds of weird markings on it. It doesn't. Most of it looks nonsensical. It's like looking at Egyptian hieroglyphs without being able to read them. I mean, there are pictures. There's just symbols that you don't recognize, and none of it really makes any sense. But also, it's all like carved in there with really rough tools, which I guess actually both of you would have reason to recognize that.
She's Ben Cisco from the future writing her Deep Space Nine novel.
That's what it is. And then he says at this point he'll turn around and go, "Well, this is pretty much it. There are 3 more cells down at the end. That's unless you want to look at the big cells. That's what we got. I think if you're going to build on, You might have to go, and he will turn and look. Oh, it'll let me. It's not letting me. I can't turn him. There he goes. All right, you might want to go this way, just because the other way there's the rec room or rec area. Although you're welcome to tear it up. I don't care. They don't need that much space. And the voice I'm doing for this character is just changing a lot because I just realized my throat is scratchy.
That's fine.
There we go. Yeah, this
No criticism.
Go that way, it'll be a problem. You go this way, though. I think you can do it. And
well, Tom, what do you think about that cell that's been chiseled to death?
Hmm.
Do you think any of the other cells like that all broken up? The walls been chipped at?
Not that you've seen.
No, I'm asking him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hold on. So he was okay. So White Ape was asking the guard, or White Ape was asking
the guard.
Tom?
Are there any other? Well, I did ask you a question, but it was more rhetorical. Are there any other cells that are the walls are all chipped up like that?
I don't think that'll mess with the structural integrity of the wall, but yeah. I think.
What do you think?
There is one that likes to throw his fluids on the wall, but I don't think that would do anything much.
I look at Tom. What do you think, Tom?
Let's check for small imperfections, and if it's good, then we can do patch job.
We'll tell you if we need to transfer her out of there, and we can refinish those walls.
We only have one vacancy right now, so if we have to do transfers, it'll be one at a time. Other than that, I don't have a problem.
All right.
Also, Tom, since you're standing right here, you can also see into this one. Let's see, that is number 6. Hang on. All right, and number 6 has, or this cell has, this cell has a, there's an area in the of darkness in the corner that you just can't see into. Is this back corner over here? Well, you can make a perception check to try to see into it, but it's like there's just nothing there.
Okay, another acumen roll or search.
Yeah, it would be search.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, that bonus die kind of hit me out of there. So let's see.
Yeah, that takes away a 5 and a 1,
8.
leaving you with 9, total of 9. Sorry. Yeah, you look and you're like, oh, it's just a dark corner. You look at the lighting because you are a craftsman and you're used to looking at things like lighting and other stuff in areas that are being built. The lighting that shines into there, you feel like that dark corner shouldn't be that dark. That's all I can give you with your roll.
So like, kind of think to myself that maybe there's another like a dark elf like Ezri occupying that area. All right.
There are no dark elves like me, baby.
Thank you, sir. We'll start our assessment right away. What's lighting this area? How is it lit?
In the walls, high up in the walls are some torch sconces, and as for the actual rooms, there's usually either across or as nearby across as there can be a torch shooting light into it, rather than anything in their actual rooms that they can touch. So there'd be like one over here shining light into this room, and one over here shining light into this room. Does that make sense?
Yeah. There are no windows in these rooms with bars on them, so they can.
No. As you went, I should have said it, but we didn't actually do the temple scene of you walking through there, but we could have. But you entered the big temple, which is a map y'all have seen before, and you were guided through it, and you walked downstairs. This whole place is subterranean. It
Got
is
it.
beneath the temple. So if there was a window, you would just see dirt in it.
Right.
Maybe one little worm going, help me.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do an assessment. We're gonna see which way is actually best to build and what needs to be changed. We'll talk to you in a couple hours after we're done in here.
All right, because he has seen your paperwork, he will leave you alone. He will say, though, as he leaves, you need to yell when you need to come out, and then he will lock this gate behind you. You are trapped. Do you want to do a quick scene with any of the people here, or do any like investigating here before I move on to bringing?
Yeah, I want to look at the last 3 cells. I want to see who's all in there.
All right, so possibly nothing in this one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look in these like 2 first. This one right here, but mention to White Ape that it's like one corner is really dark here.
Okay. In this cell, you see a man who is just sitting. He looks very old, very gangly, like starved, maybe. He looks like he's probably in his 60s or 70s. Long beards, just strands of hair, like he's bald on top, and just some hair coming down the sides. He looks despondent. He does not look up. And then in this cell, I realize I have chosen a very dark color. You can see me pinging, right? Because it's a dark map.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So in that other cell in front of White Ape, you see it is another human. It looks like a man. He appears to be asleep in his cot, or he is laying on his cot with his eyes closed. You do not know which. He would be maybe in his 20s, possibly early 30s. He has brown hair, mostly nondescript, although he has a burn scar on one side of his face. I'll just say you can see it, even though he's sleeping. So we'll assume that side of his face is at you. Beyond that, nothing really stands out on him. He's got a sheet over him, so you can't see the rest of his body. But you assume he has one. You see a lump.
Okay. So I guess me and Tom will figure out which is the best way to build here for new cells. But I will like if I'm taking a rest or doing something and I'm looking into one of the cells, I'll be like, what's your name? And just try and get names of the different prisoners, except for the like cutthroat dwarf. I'll leave him alone.
That's fair. I think
I'm not looking for a dwarf. I'm looking at he's right out. He's
for multiple reasons. Mostly that you aren't looking for a dwarf, but also there's that you think he's going to stab you thing. So all right.
And Tom will just mostly focus on like working. He might try to interact, but it's gonna be very broken Vallanthia.
I will make a stone sense roll. I might just probably buy the skill after this game, doing all of this stone sensing stuff to figure out the best way to build since we're underground. Oh, okay. Look, there you go.
Well, all right. You do your stone sense, and you're like, where do you do it? So I can tell you what's on the other side of the wall.
He said this was the best place to go, so I'll check there first.
There? Okay. Yeah, it feels it feels solid. First, you'll note that the stone here that is shaped, because you have tremor sense, and it's going to tell you some stuff as you kind of singe your feeling through it. So it is a shaped stone. It is very thick. In fact, well, you didn't roll very high, so I'm only going to describe this section of it to you. But it is over a meter thick. It is not something that you could go through lightly. Well, a normal person could go through lightly. Beyond that, it feels like normal Earth would feel at this depth. It's just thick dirt.
Okay, I'll tell Tom. Tom, I think these walls are a meter thick in stone. Is that going to be a problem?
More work.
That's
No.
pretty thick.
I mean,
Might take time.
I can move that stone as much as I can too. We'll make a good team, considering.
2 better than 1.
Hey, who's this guy? I look in the cell and
This one,
what's your name?
you try to wake him up.
Oh, is he asleep? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Never
he was
mind,
a
he's
sleeping
sleeping.
guy.
I'll go over here. I'll check out this side too.
All right. Remember, he did actually tell y'all there is only one vacancy, and this one was definitely empty.
And this one
has a dark shadow.
and this one was a woman.
That one's a woman.
So we need to get this person into the cell.
And this was the old guy.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to get into this cell or this cell? What are you saying?
I'm not saying I'm not getting into any cell. I'm saying we need to get her out of this cell because she's obviously not Ardrek, because Ardrek was described as male.
Right.
So Ardrek is one of these 3 people. So we need to get Ardrek into this cell and Tarek into this cell, or vice versa. Urda into one cell and Ardrek in the other, or vice versa.
But right now you said you were going to try and talk to the old guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you say?
I say, hey, who are you?
After a moment, he opens his eyes and he looks at you. What kind of guard are you? You don't know who I am.
What do you mean? I'm not a guard. We're contractors. We're gonna build some extra stuff. There'll be some noise.
Okay. He just kind of sits back and he doesn't really pay attention to you.
Okay, I guess you're not neighborly or anything.
Why aren't these people locked in an asylum more friendly to me? God.
Hey Tom, come on over here.
So Tom makes his way back.
I'm gonna
Hello.
sense the spirits in this wall here. Put my hands on it, say the magic words, and roll a 5. No,
Actually,
roll a critical failure.
You are not the perceptiviest. All right, you put your hands on it. You go. For a moment, you consider that it may not actually be wall. Maybe there's a secret here. Then you're like, no. You don't know what's up with this wall. You have no idea.
Yeah, I don't like this wall. I don't think this is a good wall. Maybe we need to do something about this wall. I don't know. It's giving me. I don't like it.
Down.
Why don't you check it out, Tom? Hey, old man, what do you know about this wall?
It's a wall.
Another search roll, like on that wall. Then
it wouldn't be to search so much as a craftsman check to see if you're looking to just to understand the building of the wall.
Okay.
If you have any stoneworking or stone masonry or whatever skill, you can add that. But otherwise, it's straight craftsman.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's straight up crafting.
That's still pretty good.
All right, let's give it a shot.
Unless you roll that. Well, actually, that came out okay because your wild die was the 6. So, all right. You feel the wall. and he's already told you that it's meter thick, and you can tell from the craftsmanship of it that it's probably built the same as the other walls, which means it's probably supporting a wall of earth on the other side. You don't see any indication that it's built differently than over here. That's about all I can give you with a craftsmanship check on the wall.
No secrets here.
I say, hey, old man, what's your name so I know what to yell out in case there's a cave-in?
Huber.
All right, Humor.
Huber.
Hubert.
I don't like you. Huber.
Human.
Huber is what he's saying.
Okay, I can't hear.
Him. I can't tell if you're mocking him or me. To be honest.
I can't really hear you.
Oh, okay.
I thought I said it correct twice.
Oh, I thought you were just being. My bad.
Hubert.
Damn it, Huber.
Huba or Hubert?
He's saying Huber.
Hubert.
Although the R is kind of fading off when he says it.
Huba.
So it sounds a little Huba, but it's Huber.
Okay. All right, Huba.
With a wheeze.
I'll move on down here.
Okay.
I'm looking in there. Was there a prisoner in here?
It looks dark in the back of the cell. That's about all you see, unless you make a search check.
I look at Tom and I say, was there a prisoner in here?
Shadow, but guard said that only one empty cell.
Yeah, with a roll of a 12, it is dark back there. He's not wrong. It's pretty dark back there. And the cells are not that big. So you feel like you should be able to see the other end of the cell.
All right. I'm going down here.
Friend?
I'm going down here. I'll knock on the bars. Ding, ding, ding. Hey, you. Wake up.
What?
Hey, we're going to be working on the stone down here in case there's a cave-in. I need to yell out a warning. What's your name?
Derek.
Eric?
Derek.
Derek with a D.
Derek with a D.
Got it. Thank you. All right, I'll walk back over.
You just run, or something. I'm gonna die because I can't leave the room.
I'll move back
over.
You
notice as you've already walked off, it's like, asshole. Hey, if there's a cave in, I just want to yell your name before you die. Oh.
I'll move over. Is this cell door open here?
No, it's not. It's not open.
All right. I'll come on down here. I'll motion Tom to come on over. Hey, Tom. That shadow cell, that's the guy we're looking for. So we have to move him into this empty cell over here. And see this cell with the woman? We have to move her into his cell. That's our job for the day. So, what about the shadow cell is structurally unstable that I can tell the guy?
So Tom will turn around and take another look at the cell here. And try to find something wrong with it, with like whatever.
Okay. I guess you can make a craftsman check if you're just checking out the stability of the cell. If you want to make up a story about it or actually find a real reason to find a problem with it, go right ahead.
All right.
The higher you roll, the better info I will give you. It's actually not a bad roll. Okay. You study the cell. There's clearly something wrong with the lighting, because somebody could just hide in that shadow back there. You'd have no idea. That's dangerous. Beyond that, I mean, it's the structural integrity of all the cells is pretty decent. I mean, it was the stone sculptors that came through and made this place with the incredibly thick walls and the fairly homogenized sizing to each cell. So there's nothing really about this cell that makes it stand out from the others. However, with that roll, I would say you could make an argument that it would be a good idea to get rid of this cell and then keep working your way this direction to make additional cells, like just continuing what would be south on this map. Beyond that,
Yeah, so essentially start making a hallway similar to this one, right?
Right, but in this case, you could even add the argument based on things you've noticed earlier, and with that roll, you could add the argument that having a place with a wider hallway between cells would allow you to put the more violent people at a bigger distance from people trying to make their way down the hall.
This is the Hannibal Lecter all the way at the end.
So I try to give my assessment to White Ape to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
Longer hallway.
Right.
More cells through room. Room becomes hallway.
Right. Why do you talk like that, Tom?
Vallanthian's not my first language.
Oh.
Terran better.
We can switch to Terran then. I can just talk to you in Terran.
So Tom perks up and starts talking in Terran. Wait a minute. All this time I could have spoken to you in my native tongue?
Yeah.
Oh.
I switched to Terran. Yes, of course you could. I speak to Earth spirits.
Oh my goodness.
I speak to Earth spirits.
Well, don't I feel like a dunce?
You're not a dunce.
My
you
apologies,
didn't know. I didn't know what your native language was.
Well, that's what I get for not asking questions, but at the very least, now I could speak with you and perhaps the rest of the group a little more proper, or get my ideas.
Oh, of course. I'll help you out.
So essentially what I was attempting to communicate before in Vallanthian is that we can start making a longer hallway using the middle cell as the hallway, and try to convince the guards that we're building a longer hallway where they could keep the more violent
I get what you're going.
Inmates further away from the rest of the less violent inmates.
All right. I come on back down here and around the corner. Dink, dink, dink.
I'll assume at some point you make enough noise that he actually comes.
Yeah. Bang, bang, bang.
All right.
Ding, ding, ding.
He comes down. I think there's actually, if I look at the map right there, 2 gates there. One here and one here. All right. So he comes through the 2 gate. He'll open the first gate, come over to the second gate. Before he opens it, is everything all right?
Yeah, we've made an initial assessment, but we'll need a prisoner to be moved.
Which one?
We don't know. We can't see them. You said all the cells, but one was filled. There's one straight back. We need him moved into the other empty cell. We're gonna have to go through that cell.
You better just show me.
Okay.
And he'll follow you. Even if I move fast.
So Tom will move out of the way?
I'm in the wall. I have powers.
I'll say, yeah.
Don't Nightcrawler it.
We've checked all of the walls, and the best way to add more cells is through this cell here and moving straight backwards, or straight back through here.
All right, so you're saying you want to bust out this wall, make more cells down there?
That's right.
All right, well, we have to move this girl here to this one over here is our empty one. Any points?
That's a.
Yeah, we can do that.
There's a woman in there.
Yeah, you can't see here. Here, he pulls out that semi-sharp rock that he got from the other cell earlier, and he throws it at the corner. And he'll probably miss, but he's just being not a nice person. That's 3 dice. Oh, the person wasn't really ready for an attack, and he got a 12 plus. Never mind. He might
Oops.
he may just do some stuff after all. No, okay, nothing big, just a 13, but it does hit. Actually, it does not because you can't actually see it's a -5. So you hear a tink, and then you hear a woman's voice. Is that really necessary? And then she throws it back at him because wouldn't you?
Because fuck that guy. That's why.
He started it. What are they gonna do? Lock her up? But she rolled a crappy wild die, so with a 5, she totally misses it. It just flies by his head.
All right. Well, I look at Tom
You're lucky
like
that didn't hit, or you'd be in the hole.
I look at Tom like this is not what I expected, but we're in it now. Like with a look. Yeah, that's the plan. You're gonna have to move her into that other cell.
All right, hold on. And
So if
he
you
pulls
get
out the keys and he goes, "You're going to be walked slowly to the other cell. I hope you understand. If you try anything, you know what happens."
I'll move back.
And you know what? I forgot to have an extra Black Elf females token, but I think I know where I can find one. There she is.
It's Esri 2.0.
And she is manacled. You'll notice that the manacles are not together, but they look like really thick, heavy armored bracers, and they have chains going to her feet, and they're kind of low, so moving is awkward. And she walks funny, and she kind of hunched, and she looks. She's thin, but she's not emaciated thin. But it looks like she may have been healthier outside of this place. She has really long hair from what you can see. It is hard to see her even when she steps towards the light. Beyond that, you don't see a lot of identifying details, except you can actually see her clothes now that she steps out. Unlike Esri, who wears her traditional people's clothing, she's wearing like some just dirty brown cloth robe they gave her. It looks like it might be burlap. It looks pretty itchy. And he will lead her over to this cell, unlock it, and make her get in. And she said, "I had a cup over there." And he just shrugs and locks her in. He doesn't care. But if you look, now that she is not in the cell, there is a cup in the corner, and also the darkness left with her.
All right. This was a woman in this cell, right?
Yes.
And this was a woman. Huh. Okay.
What can we say? We're equal opportunity people. We lock them all up.
Okay, I thank the guard. He probably goes back. We're gonna get to work. I go in here. I grab her cup. I go over here. I put the cup in between the bars on the ground.
Right.
Bloop.
He checks and makes sure everything is locked up appropriately, except where you are. He still kind of gives this guy a wide berth, though, and then you are locked back in.
Okay.
And y'all are going to begin tunneling through here.
That's what we're doing. It's gonna be long and arduous, and hopefully.
In speaking in Terran, I talk with White Ape. Well, apparently our contact might be that dwarf that we passed by.
No, it's not. It can't be a dwarf.
Seemed malicious, but from what I could tell, there's only
the person,
one other male.
The person that was, he was drawing on the walls. Maybe it's the the woman who carves the walls. I mean, our Azure Knight got one thing wrong, that he wasn't a human. Maybe he got it wrong that he wasn't a male. I don't know what he got wrong. Or perhaps he got the fact wrong that the guy is here in the first place, and none of these people are them. Or maybe I was given a false name by one of these two in the two cells next to me. There's lots to think about here. But in the meantime, let's start tunneling, and we'll leave it to Urda to put us in the right direction, since I'm not sure exactly how to get. If someone's lying to me, I can't get the right information out of them.
And knowing my own language barrier, I am not quite socially perceptive enough to pick up dishonesty or honesty in Vallanthian as of yet.
So what we're going to do is we're going to make some new cells, and we're going to make a way. This is the important thing. We're going to make a secret way out of here. So if we need to pull somebody out, we can do that.
That is reasonable. I say we do it.
Especially if we need to
also questioning. Huh?
Especially if we need to escape Urda out of here.
Yes. Also, I want to ask Howard something, because I'm trying to insert a character moment here, but I want to know how do Mycenaeans treat their prisoners, if they have any, or do they have any criminal elements in their society that are looked down upon?
The Mycenaean people are mostly imagine an underground agrarian culture. They don't have a lot of issue with crime, as there's usually not an issue with a shortage as far as food goes, as they're all very good at creating their own, and as well as finding their own. They're a very communal society, not because the government made them be communists, but more like they just kind of all grow up together and they all just work together. It's almost utopian, but at the same time, it's probably also very stifling and boring. So there might be people that do the occasional, prankster type stuff, but for the most part, you're not familiar with a jail type society amongst you, or locking up your crazies. If someone is truly crazy, there are probably people that would rather give them round the clock attention and care for them. They might be put into a room to keep them safe, but this place doesn't look like you've been put in a room to be kept safe, because, well, it doesn't look safe. It looks cruel.
Yeah, because Tom would find it kind of concerning, how people are being isolated and essentially treated over here. What the guard did, tossing that stone at the night elf or the dark elf, didn't sit well with him.
No, it was pretty callous. Throwing stones at someone locked in a room is pretty crappy.
Okay.
It did make her easy to see all of a sudden, because she moved and responded.
Well, me and Tom will work, and I guess you can fast forward till the next PC gets here.
Okay. I will do that. I believe the next one coming in is going to be Urda.
Probably.
Oh, and one of the first things I'm going to do is pull this door off the stone wall, so we are not accidentally locked in here.
This door?
Yeah, that door.
Okay. He actually left that one open because you were going in and out of it, but he did lock the one up north of you to get out of that.
Yeah. I'm gonna pop it out of the wall with stone shape.
All right. Now here's where stuff goes to get funny. You can go ahead and put Urda on the board.
Okay. Up at the top still, right?
Right. Right. You come in through the room at the top with the funny lights in it.
Yeah.
And he said you were going to be transferred in from a prison.
Yeah.
So it would not be Vallanthia escorting you, but I don't have anything with the right colors for Vallanthia. So you're just gonna get a rando guard. Here he is. Boop. Oh, he's outside. There he is.
Bum, 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 bum.
All right, this fellow walks you in. He's not wearing the Crimson Order, but he is just as a regular guard. He met with Balthier Thornheart in front of you. He got the orders. He's aware that you're not an actual prisoner because he didn't pick you up at the prison. However, he has his orders, and he is going to present you that way. So.
Okay, and I'm going to present myself in a way where, as he pushes me in, like I'm going to be kind of like a little aggressive in how he's like making him push me forward. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to be as easy to or as cooperative as I could be. Not like openly hostile, but just like not cooperative.
Also,
and then I'm also.
No, I was just gonna say he's behind you, kind of pushing you in. So
yeah, exactly.
All right.
And
obviously,
then,
you don't have the big sword on you, right?
Yeah, no.
And you are aware that you're manacled.
Manacled, yeah.
And like you heard me describe earlier, that they are. It's like, have you seen like the big heavy armor bracers? Except that it's a manacle, and it kind of goes from here to here. It is very heavy, and is chains on it that go down to other manacles that are on your ankles, up to just under the bulge of your calf, or a lack of bulge, as you're not exactly the most fit person.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
So I was gonna say, as I'm getting kind of like pushed into this place, I'm gonna be reciting a litany in Celestial or in Elysian.
Elysian? All right.
Yeah, praying to different entities in the Elysian hierarchy, just for like protection.
Okay. Are you like under your breath, or are you screaming it?
No, I'm making
conversation.
I'm making it obvious and making it obnoxious so that they have to, like the guards here have to acknowledge the fact that I'm not.
All right. Let me make a street check for him, a streetwise, to understand your intention here. He is he's a regular guard, so he has street and a base 2, so that's a 3 dice. He's like, he seems a little confused, but he just continues yelling at you and pushing you along. He doesn't overly play into it like you might have hoped, but he doesn't break it.
Okay.
And he's going to push you down towards this desk here.
All right, and I'll move along with him, pushing him along.
So you be, there. All right, what have we here? And he looks over. The guard says, this fellow apparently is some sort of dark arts person. There's the transfer orders, and he just kind of slaps him down. The guy takes the scroll and looks at it. He keeps an eye on you, even though you are manacled and you don't look like you're capable, but you're also a new inmate and a possible threat. So he looks over and goes, well, this is really awkward. Damnedest thing happened today. We had one room open. Could have put him in there. But we got other orders, and there are people tearing rooms up. So we're going to have to put him over here. Put him on the rack. Follow me. And he opens this up and leads you all into here.
Okay, great.
I don't know, so he had a room open for you. And he puts you on the bed there. They attach a chain to your manacle, and then another chain to your other manacle, and then they detach the ones to your legs, pull you straight, and then attach chains to the leg ones on either side. So you are laid out straight. You cannot get out of there.
Yeah, so I assume because this is the first time I've been here, that this is the protocol, right? Like this is the onboarding process. So I'm gonna continue to kind of like be standoffish, but still kind of allow everything to happen. So I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is just a part of the plan.
Well, you did overhear him. This guy explained to this guy there was another room, and then contractors came in and they tore it open.
Yeah. No, exactly. I'm thinking that the reason why I'm here is because they planned this. They shut it down.
Oh,
They
you think this is
planned-
Corey's
yeah,
plan? Yeah, this is Corey,
exactly.
or I say White Ape and Tom's plan.
Exactly.
Yep, that was their plan. Great. All right, so these two guys go over here. They complete some paperwork. The man that walked you in leaves, and he is gone. And this man goes back to his desk. If you continue to make noise, he will tell you to shut up. And then after a while, he'll throw a piece of debris at you, and you're pinned, and you can do nothing about it. However, he isn't the greatest shot. So,
Oh, that's fair.
I don't like this guy.
oh, he is today. Oh well.
I think him and me are going to get
15
along.
does hit you, even though you know, as you are just laid out.
Mhm.
It's a bruised condition, which basically means it goes away at the end of a turn, and it does nothing except you'll have a mark there later.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Sure, it's annoying, but I'm going to continue to annoy him by continuing to sing out in with this crazy bad blue language.
All right. Come 4:00 in the afternoon. Our last piece of the puzzle can enter.
Finally.
All right. I will say this, for everyone that's already been here, guards do occasionally walk the halls. The guy from the front desk mostly stays at the front desk, but you see other guards walking the halls occasionally. And when you get there, two other guards are with you, Esri, and they are dressed similar to you. You'll be dressed. You can choose between blue or red. Both factions work here in the asylum as guards.
So I can't wear black?
No, because you'll be wearing a tabard that depicts which
Yeah,
order
I
you're
get the idea.
from. But the rest of your outfit will still be black. But yeah, your big colorful tabard will be annoying.
Make it harder to disappear.
And then
actually, before we go in, I'm going to ask the guards who are escorting me what they know about the situation.
All right, so you can talk to Balthier before you go in, but you're going to sit in with regular guards. They don't actually know the whole story.
Okay,
they just know you're the new girl.
Got it. Okay, so that's what I wanted to find out. I would actually ask him if they're going to know that I'm not really a guard or not. So I guess he would say that no, they're not going to know. Okay, and where am I transferring? I would also ask him, where am I transferring from?
Oh, well, just say that you were in the field. Well, your choice. Did you do you want to go blue or green, or blue or red? Blue is what Balthier is. In fact, he'd probably encourage it. But if you want to say you were hunting monsters, or you want to be hunting religious heretics, basically, are you part of the Inquisition, or are you part of the monster killers / necromancer, demon summoning killers?
I'll go with the blue. That's fine.
Okay. So you're in the Azure Order. Your job is to hunt necromancers and demon summoners and monsters. But also, since the Temple of Light runs this asylum, both the factions volunteer as guards down here. Well, volunteer means you were sent here by your commanding officer. All right.
Okay.
So you go ahead and put yourself in the foyer.
Okay, but where am I saying that I transferred from? If anyone asks.
You can just say you were in the field.
Okay.
Doing that, hunting monsters.
Okay, got it.
And from there, you can make it up.
All right, and where's the foyer? Right there. Okay. Let me
This
move
is the
myself over
actual
there.
big iron double doors.
Wow, it's hard to see me in this place.
Yeah. All right, we got a new you, not like the one that's already there. The other two guards will go to work, but since you're new, you will have to go down to this guy. I moved you. Sorry. You were given transfer papers to let him know, and he was like, "Huh, all right." And he just takes them and sticks them in the desk. He like glances at them. It's a pretty standard form. He just tosses in the desk. He doesn't really care. Actually, he's being relieved right now too. So somebody else will come in and they'll talk about it for like 2 seconds and they're done. Unless you need to talk to him, he will say he'll tell you that the new guy is going to show you what you have to do, what your rounds are.
They look exactly the same though, and they're wearing the exact same outfit.
I considered that. I was actually going to switch him out with heavy metal guy.
Oh damn! Heavy metal.
There you go. I will show you where you need to go. No problem.
New place.
And essentially, he gives you the tour. If you want, you don't have to move your character everywhere. You can just kind of follow me. If you see me pinging over here, he'll tell you this. He shows you the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
The pantry is right above it. He says right now, and he looks in and he goes, oh, it looks like we have a new guest. And he turns to the paperwork and he finds it. I see. Looks like they're doing construction today, and we got a new transfer, and there's no open cells. So looks like they put him in here. This is the interrogation room.
I just keep.
Yeah, and you recognize who is stretched out there, although you haven't seen him like in that particular position before. And then he's going to walk you down. He'll tell you that this way is to the cells for the regular inmates. And he'll tell you there should be currently six inmates down there. And there was an empty cell there, but apparently it's being destroyed by renovations. You know what? You're probably going to have to walk it eventually. So he'll take you down there and he'll show you the angry dwarf. Excuse me. He shows you the human woman. There is a dark elf woman like yourself, or a black elf woman like yourself. He says black elf. And he shows you let's see, that's another woman. That is I'm trying to remember here. I know this is the old guy. And this, are y'all drawing? Oh, y'all are drawing down there. That's cute. All right.
Corey's the one that's drawing right now.
Okay. Anyway, he shows you all the inmates down there. And then he'll show you the rec area, which is this big area that looks like a just open dirt lot on the bottom here. There is a roof. It's not really open, but there's extra light in here. There's room for people to move around. That's about it. There's nothing to actually do in here. But if you want to walk your prisoners, there's a place to walk them. If you scroll to the right here, this room at the bottom to the right of the rec room, he shows you is the laundry room. And you'll see there are women that are dressed as inmates, but not like the inmates here. But they do have manacles, but they're not the big heavy manacles that they use here. And they are doing the wash here. This area looks like almost like a visitor's room, maybe. In fact, he'll tell you it's a visiting room. He kind of walks you through this area without really saying much, and then tells you that when you get to this gate, that back there is where they keep special inmates. Currently, there's 2, and that's all he says. He says, "Don't worry, you're new here. They're not going to send you back there yet." And that's the grand tour. Oh, this area and the foyer is the supply room.
Actually, when he brings up the 2 inmates, I would ask him what kind of inmates.
Well, to my understanding, they're more than just the regular kind of crazy. You see, yeah, in one room, we have a fellow who he's got a lot of burn scars. He's very strange. And they found him in like some sort of a dungeon beneath an evil church. I don't know his name. I don't know if he ever talks. Mostly gibberish. And then there is another small cell in there, which I just now noticed the artist did not put an entrance to. We have special stone crafters come down here and just seal him in. Best way to deal with that one. So don't worry about him. The stone sculptor will feed that guy. He's really bad.
Yeah, actually, she'll look at him and go, how do you feed him then?
Stone sculptor does it. We pay, they get a little bit of money or something. I'm not real sure who pays them. But one comes down a couple times a day and feeds them. It's the only way to keep him in. He's a really, really bad something. I don't know.
So
actually. I've
they're
never
dangerous.
had to deal with it.
They're dangerous down there, huh?
Yeah, that's the hall you don't want to go down. I've had the duty to go down there before. I don't have to look in the one cell. There's no entrance, apparently. That's so weird.
It is weird.
I'll run with it, whatever. And then the other one, yeah, he's got a big room, a lot of place to move around, but he's very crazy. You don't want to deal with him. Just slide him his food, check him. If he's not openly bleeding, I say just leave him there. It's not like he talks much language I know. What is that?
That's probably Terex. Sorry, buddy.
Okay. All right. So that is the grand tour. While you were touring, you would have seen these guys apparently tearing up this hole here and just going crazy. And of course, you did see your friend Esri or Urda.
So
sorry.
You're saying I see Tom and White Ape tearing stuff up?
Yep.
Okay. The guard's with me when I see him, right? When I see them, right?
Yes,
Okay.
He was with you.
All right. So what happens at the end of the tour? Does he leave me on my own?
He tells you essentially you can hang out. Essentially, you can either hang out in the visiting area because there's card games there. Sometimes the guards sit and play. Every hour or so, you just do a walkthrough of the place. If you get hungry, there's food in the kitchen. They do have cooks that will come down and make food. And when it's time, at dinner time, you're going to be the one handing out the food. On your shift, there's only one meal. There's no snack times. They don't get snacks. It's not that nice.
Okay. So I guess I will go talk to White Ape and Tom during my walkthrough when I pass by them.
Okay. You all can have that scene.
Okay, I'll kind of whisper to you guys, hey guys, I think I know where the guy we're looking for is.
Good, because I don't think he's in here.
Oh.
Wait, I'm on mute. I'm muted.
There's two prisoners that they keep down that way, and I'll kind of gesture to where he showed me. One of them is actually walled in, and they use a stone sculptor to feed him?
That would be why we couldn't find the guy down here.
Yeah. So I think you're going to have to look down there. I think that might be where they're keeping him.
So get Urda transferred to that cell. Or those.
Apparently he has to be dangerous. Maybe we should let them know he has magic?
Oh, well, you're the guard. You can make the determination that he's dangerous and he needs to be in there, right?
Maybe. Let me try. I could say he attacked me with magic.
Okay, new plan. We're gonna have to... Tom, I wanted to make a secret way out in here. Maybe that's still a good idea. Mm-hmm. We're thinking of making a secret passage in this area while we're making this new cell.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Especially if we have to get Urda out.
Exactly. See, I tap Tom like, yeah.
All right, I'm going to go see what it's going to take to get Urda transferred.
Okay. Don't push too hard this first day, maybe. I don't know. I guess we have time,
Yeah.
but maybe not. We really need to catch this necromancer. Anyways, good luck. If you need help,
All right.
we will come busting in and wreak all hell on this place if we have to.
I've got it. Let's just play it cool for now, and then I'll just go walking, continuing on my rounds.
By the way, Howard, I'm just
Yeah.
templating out kind of what I want there. That's what that drawing is.
Okay.
So like the orange is like secret door walls, and the red is actual like the new cell that we're making.
I thought we were gonna start planning out like a hallway of cells, but
Well, yeah, but there's not enough like room to make a hallway of cells. I guess. Well, actually,
You want me to expand the map?
we can.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be done. It's just like I was thinking it was going to be implied, essentially.
We can do
Like we can make one of those cells, like with
we can make it go like this, and
Yeah.
then create.
Now your map goes on.
Oops.
You can keep drawing.
And then we can make cells like this way, down the hall here, like this.
Okay, so Howard, does that guard that walked me around? Does he have the same shift I do, or does the guard get changed out at some point?
No, he has the same shift as you, as do the other guards that came in at the same time.
Okay, I'll actually go to one of the other guards and try to strike up a conversation with them. Kind of introduce myself and ask about some questions about the place, like general stuff, like food, times to do stuff, that kind of thing. Just chit chat.
Okay. Well, you got a couple guards or one guard who's going to be walking around doing a round, and then you got a couple guards over here in the area where you just sit and do nothing.
Okay, yeah, I'll head over there and see if I can make chit chat with one of them or both.
Okay.
And in between the chit chat, I'm gonna say, do you want me to role play it or?
At least a little bit, so I get a feel for what you're aiming for.
Okay. So I heard there's a new guy, right?
Huh? Oh yeah. Well, you're the new girl. What are you talking about?
A new patient?
Oh yeah, the new inmate. Yeah, I did hear something about there. They said he didn't have a room, so they just put him in the interrogation room. That sucks. That's gotta be uncomfortable.
How do we know if he's dangerous or not? Do I need to worry about him the way those other two guys down there?
Well, I'm sure they manacled him. Hey,
But I mean, those other guys are
Where's your
pretty
token?
dangerous. That's why they're over there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I know one of them's supposed to be a caster, but I don't know something about demon magic. The
Ugh.
guy's like, hey, the guy in the wall is not a danger to anybody. I mean, he's in a wall.
Well, true. I'm just saying with the new guy, do we know if we have to worry about him or not?
Well,
Would they tell us if he's
on his
dangerous?
transfer paper? I didn't read his transfer paper. I mean, if transfer papers be wrong, I mean, I don't know.
All right. Well, might want to keep an eye on that one just to make sure then.
No. Yeah, obviously. I mean, they're all manacled. He's still manacled. He's just manacled to the bed. The other guy's like giggling. One guy's like, oh, that sucks. The other guy's just kind of laughing about it, like, yeah, that sucks. Ha ha.
Huh. All right. Well, I'm just saying we should probably keep an eye on that one until we know more about him.
Yep.
And then
Yeah,
I'll
you
change
just-
the subject and go back to chit chat. Just
Yeah,
kind
they-
of plant
they
the
kinda
idea in their head.
They're going to kind of shrug that off just as the brand new girl's going to walk in on us and tell us who we got to keep an eye on.
That's
Whatever.
fine. Honestly, I'm going to play it more like I'm nervous because I don't know what's going on in the place yet, and I want to make
okay.
sure I'm safe.
All right. If you'd like to actually affect their feelings about you, go ahead and make a charisma roll. You can use Let me open the sheet and I will look. I think
I
there's
have
something about
persuasion.
deception or persuasion. Persuasion works.
Just kind of convince them that I'm nervous, and I want to make sure that this guy's, not a danger to me like those other guys. Just kind of put the idea in their head that I'm worried because we don't really know much about this guy. Try to make them a little nervous too.
All right, you did hear the guy, chanting in a strange language, which you don't speak, but he was definitely chanting.
Oh, that's a good point. So yeah, I'll bring that up. I'll go, I heard him chanting in this weird language earlier. I don't know. I'm kind of concerned we might have some kind of magic user or something on our hands.
All right. So the best roll would be bluff, but if you don't have it, I'll allow persuasion.
I have bluff.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh no!
Not today.
Yeah. All right.
Would you like to spend a character point?
Oh no!
Yeah, I'm going to spend a character point. Or no, you know what? I'm just going to let it go.
Okay. You get some strange looks, and they don't seem to really like you. Yeah, that's a 1, but it's not a 0.
Okay. So do they buy that I'm just kind of freaked out?
They look annoyed with you because you're the new girl who just tried to tell them what to do. And they're like,
oh boy. All right.
You failed. You did not persuade them of anything or bluff them of anything.
Yeah. Well.
You came across all wrong. You're awkward.
Oh well. All right. Next time I go by my rounds, I'm gonna kind of whisper near Urda's cell to him quietly.
All right. So that you know, equidistant from where you'd be whispering, or actually slightly closer to where you'd be whispering, is somebody else that can probably hear you.
Oh, okay.
He's there most of the time, but if you wait long enough, he might eventually get up and go do something.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to wait for then. I'm going to wait to see if I can talk to Urda alone.
All right.
I'm not going to whisper to him if there's somebody standing there.
He is up, and as he sees you standing around, he's like, "Hey, I'm going to grab some food. You hungry?"
No, I'm good. Take your time. I can hang out here for a bit.
Oh, well, thank you. And he goes and he unlocks the kitchen and goes on in.
All right, so I'm going to start whispering to Urda at that point. Urda.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that's not me.
There's no one else there. I mean, Urda should be able to hear it. So I'll let y'all role play.
All right, Urda. Tarek?
Are you muted, Tarek?
I don't think he is. No, he's not muted.
Uh-oh. We lost Tarek.
Oh, no. Can you hear me, Tarek? Can you nod, yes or no? Yes, you can hear me.
All right,
okay.
Cool.
Okay. Then I guess you can just type your reply. Yeah, I don't know either. That's weird.
We've all chosen to ignore you.
I know, right? I'm like, Urda! No, I'm kidding. I'm just gonna say, hey, the guy that we're trying to get you next to, he's in an area that they keep dangerous prisoners, like magic users. So you might want to try to see if you can figure out some way to get yourself put in that area. Well, no, I'm not saying you should necessarily be violent, but maybe if they think you're some kind of magic user, they might be scared of you since that's where they put them. Just a thought. I'd feel it out and see. I mean, you do have magic. It shouldn't be that difficult to convince them. They seem pretty easily rattled by that kind of thing. Fair enough. I'll watch your back. Yeah, they probably don't know what a mystic elf is. Whatever you're going to do, just be careful. I doubt they know anything about magic, honestly. Okay. And once I let him know that, I'm just going to keep walking on. Or no, because I'm guarding him, right? So I'm just going to,
You're kind of watching the front desk for the moment. Is what you
yeah,
offered to
keep
do.
an eye on things. Okay.
You know what? He's kind of got an advantage just texting it. I wish I could just be typing out, and then I did a perfect voice for this guy. And then I did a perfect voice for that guy.
My voice made you think of this exactly.
Yes, my voice is definitely not cracking all the time like I'm somehow 14 years old.
Well, that's fair. Are we getting ready to wrap game, or?
Well, we got another 22 minutes.
Are we
doing all super bored? Or wait, no, I don't know why I'm thinking that's the Cyberpunk game, isn't it?
I know, that's why I was reminding you.
I did that last time too. I was thinking the Cyberpunk time, or not Cyberpunk. What is it? L5R.
L5R.
I mean, we can keep going. I just didn't know if you knew we were at the 3-hour mark.
All right. I think I know what you're about to do. Do you want to do that as our dramatic outro? Or do you want to do it when you can say it?
That might be better. Kind of hard to do anything when we can't actually hear him.
All right. Then, well, I know because I've seen your character sheet.
Yes, what are you?
Urda has a plan, a dramatic plan. What will it be? Tune in next time.
That's right.
When we can actually hear what Urda says.
Exactly.
Yeah. It sucks. Derek's equipment got boned this week.
Technical issues, yeah.
Sucks
to live in Texas right now.
Yeah, technically his equipment got flooded. That's what happened.
Yeah.
We all hope that.
I hope it'll work out by tomorrow. I hope we'll get.
And you know what? Tarek gave such a nice speech about Texas at the beginning of game. It's a shame we weren't on air.
It'll still be there when Corey transfers the Twitch video to YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
I hope
good.
so. I'll try to get the Twitch video. Okay.
Try to knit it together.
Everybody who made it to the end of this video, thanks for watching, and like this video because you watched all the way through. You obviously liked it. Subscribe. Do the thing that Tom just did, that Matt just did to the camera.
Whatever his name is.
All of that.
Smash that like button in the face like a boss.
Hit the bell for Tarek. He needs the bell. And other than that, I guess it's goodbye unless, Howard, anything else?
Oh, we're good to go.
All right. Well, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.